My name is Robert Morales. I'm with the Morales Business Networking Group here with
Staci Lalor,
from
Eagle Home Mortgage.
part of the Business Networking Group. We are out promoting small businesses or people who are in the community promoting other businesses. In this case, we have a loan officer, and I've known her for a number of years now. Probably at least, two?
At least two, yeah.
I've known Staci for about 2 years, and it's been kind of an interesting journey we've been on.
Yeah.
I would say. I think we met Panera Bread way back in the day.
It was, yeah. Yeah, we met through LinkedIn. It was fun. And then we always get together and just casually talk about everything and anything.
Spiritual and...
Yeah. And then we kind of wrap up sometimes on business.
But that's the best part. And I think when it comes to businesses and connecting, and we've talked about that in the networking group too, that it's more personal than it really is business.
Yeah.
And I think it really has to be as far as like trust and when you trust a partner in that process. When you have clients and you want to make sure somebody's going to take care of them, you want to make sure that you know that person they're giving to.
Right, and then you trust them. Yeah.
So Ms. Lalor, tell me a little bit about yourself. Let's start there.
Let's see. I am an Arizona native, and I have a twin sister. Altogether, we have 7 children, so we're like the Brady Bunch. And so there's never a dull moment, but we love outdoor activities. We love playing outside and hiking and being active. But when I'm not doing all those things, I do actually work. And so I do home loans. I help people buy houses and have a lot of fun doing that. I've been doing that since 1998.
So home loans, right?
Yes.
What has been, I guess, the calling? What made you decide that one day, hey, this is the journey I'm going to embark upon?
Well, let's see. Let's back up a little bit. So I was in high school. I started working part-time in a mortgage company, and I was also doing track, and I enjoyed that a whole bunch. And so then the boom started happening, and it required more of my time. And so I had to make a choice. Do I want to continue doing track after school, or do I want to start working more hours at the mortgage company? So I decided not to do track my senior year, and just dove into mortgages, and I'm really glad I did. But so then when I started going to college, I was like, I'm paying for education in college, and I'm learning a whole lot in this mortgage deal. So I like being paid to learn. That's more fun. So it was like a lot of on-job training and learning. I was so young and just kind of dove in, and just got great experience, great learning, and very fortunate. So I would have gotten some first and second places in my senior year in high school in track, but I'm all right with that. Well, I don't like labeling things with labels, like certain religions and such, but I believe in God, and I pray every day, many times a day, and I try to give most things to God, and that helps me through everything. So when I'm stressed or uncomfortable or nervous, I just kind of say a prayer, and it helps me move forward. And I help raise my children that way too.
So you go to church regularly then?
I don't believe I have to go to a certain place. And so for me, it's like we're all connected, and we're all God, and we're all a piece of that. So I feel that we're all connected in that way. So I feel like if we're all open to the idea that we're all connected, and we can all help each other, and I always love the idea that if I think about you, Robert, in the morning, chances are that you are thinking about me also. Or so how many times does that happen where you call somebody and they go, I was just going to call you, or I was thinking about you all day. So I love that we're all connected.
And that's very interesting you say that, because I've experienced those things too.
Yeah.
And I know like when I'm sitting at a desk, or when I get a name in my head, it's like I should connect with them.
Yes.
And just go with it.
Yes.
And so and those are those things that we connect with, and it's just odd to meet other people who are on that level.
Yeah.
And I think over time, as you connect with more and more people, you kind of see the people you surround yourself with end up being a lot like you.
Because that's who I want to surround myself with. That's who I want to work with. That's who I want to work for. That's who I want to serve. So it's, that's what's been fun is like you said, like attracts like, and opening yourself up to that. And it makes things more fun.
Is there any particular person that really you were reflective upon, or somebody that you helped out that just stuck in your mind or lingered on a little bit more that you found was more profound?
That I really enjoyed working with was, a couple that you referred to me, and they were told no by, at least one or two other people. And so it was so much fun to help them uncover the reason why they were being told no, help them solve that in a way faster time than they thought was possible, and then help them get into their home. And it was just so rewarding and emotional, the whole process. And that's what's fun too. I really enjoy communicating with all parties throughout the process, because it's such a rocky road sometimes, and there's so many emotions involved, especially if you're overcoming something so great. So it's nice when they can get they can get frustrated at me and I don't react, and it's just about helping them through that process and nurturing them through that obstacle and moving forward together. And then when we get to the finish line, it's really rewarding and fun.
Yeah, when you talk about obstacles too, has there ever been an obstacle in your life that you've been able to overcome, or that's been challenging to you that you can kind of share with people, especially with small businesses too? There's a lot of obstacles that come across our paths. What's been one of the bigger challenges in your business, and kind of where and what you've done?
There's several things, but one that stands out is, so each time I had one of my children, I would take a little break from the industry to be a mom and do all that. So my most recent child, he's 4 now. His name is Liam. I don't know, I was going through a little bit of a down period. Yeah. Call it mom issues, I don't know. But I just was like, okay, I need to make a change. I need to get back in the industry. And so I just made a decision that night. It was in December. And I'm like, okay, I need to grab a book. I need to re-engage. So I read a book. It's called You're a Badass.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, and it was exactly what I needed to hear. And it was great, like slang and cursing throughout the book. And so it was fun to read at that time. And so it just helped me re-engage. And I was really proud of myself for declaring to myself, like, hey, I need to refocus, re-engage. And then, grabbing the tools that were necessary and moving forward. And then, just kept stepping ahead and making that progress. So really grateful to overcome that and be able to reflect back on that, because it is all about our mental state and about ourselves and how we think about ourselves, the decisions we make, the action we take. So
that's awesome too. And you kind of touched upon family too. You talked about having a sister, but you also talked about having kids. How do you think they impact what you're doing as far as business goes?
Well, all of it, of course. And so family is the most important to me. Without them, I would really be lost. At the end of the day, when I have them to go home to, it makes it all worth it. That's my why, of course. And also, having children, I need to be able to do great things so that I inspire them to do great things. So whether that be, with my health and our home, but also with accomplishing great tasks. So, and giving them something to shoot for.
And I think you talked about your why, right? And I think in every process, especially like starting a small business, you try to discover that. And in the early stages, you really don't know, have a sense of direction, at least in my experience. But as time goes and you're driven to what that why is, it kind of manifests on its own. Have you discovered your purpose yet? Have you figured out what that is?
I was put here to help other people, and very simply just do great things and inspire other people to do great things. So I feel like as long as I'm doing those things, that the income and everything else will take care of itself.
When it comes to purpose, you really discover your abilities and through challenges. What have been some of the great things that you've experienced, or one of the things that sticks out in this whole process?
And accomplishments are fun. Accomplishments are great, and so of course we look back on those favorably. But I mean, for me, I think it's about like getting people into homes and fulfilling those needs and feeling satisfied that I served my purpose, and doing that together, teamwork, cooperation.
And, obviously, when you were a teen, way different than when you were in your 20s and then in your 30s. What have you learned, the biggest takeaway in all that time?
When you start to question, people's motivations or what people think of you, it starts to cloud everything. And so I think if you just do you and don't worry about everybody else, then everything is a lot easier. I think in our 20s, definitely in my 20s, I was so nervous and so uncomfortable about myself, just kind of learning, figuring it all out. So now that I'm in my late 30s, I feel a lot more comfortable and a lot more relaxed, a lot more like, oh, who cares? Like, not who cares, but more relaxed, which is comfortable.
So heading back to business. So I want to appreciate Miss Lalor for taking the time to come and be part of our network, and also for this interview. But it's been a tremendous road getting to know her and doing business on multiple levels, and even just on a personal level. You know, there's many things that different people with different experiences can share and help each other out in ways you just didn't realize before. So I want to personally say thank you. Namaste. So thank you again, Morales Business Networking Group. We'll catch you guys later. Peace out.